Okay, this is the working video of the Thermador pan sensing glass top cooktop. 6 burners, as you can see. Controls in the center. My favorite part about this is that there's no knobs, makes it really easy to clean. So burner number 1, 2 zones here. Burner number 2, that's a saucepan burner obviously because it's a smaller pan. Burner number 3, 2 zones there. Okay, so the pan does have to be at least the size of the ring and extend out no more than an inch for it to work in that zone. Otherwise it won't sense the pan's there and it won't turn on if the pan is not there in that size. You can cancel out the zone smart by just pushing the zone smart button during the sequence of turning the burner on, and you can turn the power. The power turns off everything, okay? And you can also lock it so that nobody can turn on any of the burners. So it's a smart technology, okay? This burner here, that's burner number 4, has 3 zones in it. 1, 2, 3 zones. You got a top burner here on the right side and a bottom burner combined with a middle burner. So this is like a griddle, that's what that is. So you can actually put these 2 burners together by pressing this button here, and it will, you can just put a griddle on there and do some sausage and eggs, or, specialty type pans. If you need to use ceramic on this cooktop, you just cancel out the Zone Smart feature, then you can use any of these burners any way you like. But if you are using the Zone Smart feature, you have to use flat bottom pans. It's not going to work without flat bottom pans, okay? It will not sense that there is a pan on the burner, and it will not turn on while the Zone Smart is activated. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with this little pan here. So as you can see, it's a minimum, it's at least that size. Hang on, let's do it without the pan being there. So if I go to turn on this burner, okay, whoops, got to turn it on. Hang on one second here. Okay, so if I go to turn on this burner, okay, it's going to go through the whole thing. It's going to go through the startup cycle. Zone Smart is on. Well, guess what? It just turned off because there's not a pan there. Okay, 0. Goes through the sequence, turns itself off after 10 seconds. Okay, now what we have to do is put a pan on here. Okay, make sure it's centered. Turn it on here. And it will go through the sequence, and it'll go through, I got to tell it how hot I want it to be. Whoops, sorry about that. Just turn that back on. Got to tell it how hot I want it to be, and it'll start to heat. Okay? So it will blink until it gets to that temperature. Okay, and it's told me what size it is in here, what temperature, and all that good stuff. Okay? Only the center burner's on. It just went off because I took the pan off. I can put it back on, and it'll start to heat again. That's kind of how the Zone Smart system works. Again, it turned itself off. Okay, so you get the idea there. Okay, to turn, I'm going to make sure that's not too hot. To turn all the burners, let's say you have all the burners on, the power is the central point, turns off all the burners. Oops, power, and it turns it off. Now, after the burner's been used, it does tell you that it's hot until it cools down to be cool enough to be touched. So that burner obviously is too hot to be touched. A lot of safety features built into this, okay? So I'm going to run through every burner here to test them. Basically, I'm going to go through it without a pan, and we're going to cancel the Zone Smart feature each time just to show the burner's working, okay? So let's go back to burner number 1, okay? Now in this case here, I'm going to cancel the Zone Smart, and I'm going to tell it how big I want it to be. I want it to be that size, both burners on. See, both rings are on, both burners on, and I want it to be that hot. And it's starting to heat up to 7, and as you can see now, both rings are on. Okay, now to cancel it, I simply push here, and it will turn off. It's going to give you some blinking lights, and it's indicating that it's hot. Now the back corner one, that's burner number 2, so let's turn that puppy on here. Again, got to hit Zone Smart. Okay, well, did I hit that? Yeah. And then I want to go to 7. Oops, hang on, let's turn it back on again. Okay, Zone Smart 7. Try that one more time. 7, okay. Oh, and then Zone Smart, and then 7 again. I have to tell it twice what I want it to do. That's the combination there. So now it's blinking, it's getting up to 7. The lights go off here because, you know, you're going to move on to the next burner, and that's burner number 2. Okay, so let's turn that burner off, and again, it's going to indicate, go through all the indication, and tell me that that burner is too hot to be touched. This one here is a 2-zone burner. So we're going to want to turn on, let's just turn on the center one for now. And hopefully I can go through the sequence right here, okay? So turn the Zone Smart off, okay? I have to touch this twice. Oh, I'm sorry. I got to tell it how hot I want it to be. Let's try that again. Turn that on. I have to turn the Zone Smart feature off. I want to tell it how hot I want it to be. Okay, and then turn that on. Zone Smart off. How hot I want it to be, hand size. Okay, so I turn that one on, I cancel Zone Smart, I hit how hot I want it to be. Okay, now it's 7, I want it to be that pan size. Let's say I just wanted to do the middle pan, okay? So just the middle, okay? Then pan size again. Let's turn it off. Okay, so here we go. So turn that on. Okay, Zone Smart. How hot I want it to be. Zone Smart off. Here we go. That Zone Smart off. Pan size 7. There we go. Okay, so now both burners will be on. You can see them both on. Okay. Turn it off, it's going to indicate that it's hot. You got to just kind of get used to the controls here, okay. Now, burner number 4 has 3 zones, as you can see, 1, 2, 3 zones. Okay, again, turn it on. I want it to go to 8. I want to turn the Zone Smart off. I want to go pan size. Let's go with this, the small one, middle one, okay. So that will heat up the middle, okay. Let's go back to that burner. Burner number 4, okay, so we're going to go Zone Smart off, I'm sorry, Zone number 4. Let's turn it on 7, Zone Smart off. Let's just get all 3 of them going now, okay. Got to tell it how hot I want it to be. Okay, there it starts to go. Okay, so all 3 burners are on, and the whole zone is on now, okay? And let's turn that, well, we can just turn it off here with the power button, that's easier, I guess. Okay, I'm going to turn it off with the power button, there we go, okay? Now, these 2 burners here, we're going to test them separately, and then we're going to test them together. So, turn the burner on. Tell it how hot I want it to be. Oh, I'm sorry, Zone Smart. Let's turn it back on. How hot I want it to be. Zone Smart off. And now how hot I want it to be again. There we go. Redundant a little bit, but it's for safety reasons, obviously. Okay. Turns on the back burner. Okay. Now to turn it off. Touch it. Goes away. Let's do burner number 6. Turn that burner on. Want it to go, let's say to 5 this time, okay. Zone Smart off. Again at 5, that's how hot I want it to be. And it will start to heat that one up to the temperature of 5. Okay. Now, I want to tie those 2 burners together. So, turn this guy off here. Going to cancel out the Zone Smart feature. Let's say we have a ceramic pan that we want to put here, so you're going to cancel out the Zone Smart feature. Otherwise, you would have the Zone Smart feature on, just so you know that when there's a pan on there, it can't heat up. We're going to go ahead and turn this guy on here. We want it to go to 4 because we're doing our breakfast. Okay, cancel the Zone Smart. Again, go to 4, and now it starts to heat up the whole thing. Okay, so as you can see, it's indicating that both burners are on. And they're both on, and the center one is on also. You can't see that as well because the other ones are way brighter, but so the whole thing on. That's for a griddle. Okay, turn off the power. Okay, so that is the working demonstration of the Thermador glass top cooktop. Now for cleaning purposes, you know, like, as I said, no knobs, easy to clean. You don't want to clean it when it's hot, obviously. All the instructions are in the manual that's linked into my listing. They do have a cream that you put on this to condition it so that you don't have, you know, so that it keeps it all nice. Well, there's a couple of nicks and scratches here. It's been lightly used, so not very many blemishes really. It's been kept in excellent condition. So, and all the burners have been turned on, obviously. That's what that's all about. Oops. Oh, wait. We just turned ourselves back on. Let's turn it off. Oh, that's because I canceled the Zone Smart feature. Okay, and we turned it off. Okay. And that is the working test of the Thermador glass top cooktop.